Hey, good evening. It's Tonna here, Tonna Ajoku. Today I'm talking about challenges. And I think this is one of the things that I feel that does always get talked about, because when we hear a lot of people's success stories, a lot of the time we just see the podium, we see their public victories, where we don't always know the private struggles that go on behind the scenes. And I just want to share a bit about how my journey with challenges and how I've had to rewire myself when it comes to my attitude towards challenges. You see, there was a time where when I would, and particularly in business, and particularly being kind of new to business, there was a time where when I would face, when challenges would come up, so I would make these plans, I'm great at making plans, and then a challenge will come up, and what would happen is that I would struggle with challenges. It would paralyze me for days. I would literally sit down and it would paralyze me for days. I would have setbacks and it would set me right back. I felt like I was in a game of snakes and ladders when it came to challenges, until I realized something. I realized that my mindset was all wrong when it came to challenges. Hey Naroshi, I realized that my mindset was all wrong when it came to challenges. Here's the thing. I had this expectation that, okay, I've set a goal, I want to go from A to B, and what's going to happen is that it's going to be perfect days, there's going to be the wind up to my back, propelling me forward, the sun in my face as I walk through. All obstacles will part, just like the Red Sea parted for Moses, and I'm going to walk on through and sashay into the promised land, right? Wrong. In fact, the opposite was true. I found that, especially when I would resolve to do things, challenges would come from left, right, and center. And then I realized that, and I used to think, okay, maybe this is a sign, and maybe this is a sign that I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is a message to me that perhaps this is not for me. And I realized that actually that is absolutely not true. That is absolutely not true. And I realized three massive things about challenges, which kind of rewired me. Number one, challenges are not teddy bears. I used to treat challenges as teddy bears. They're to be cuddled and held onto and petted and stroked with fed and, petted and stuff. That's not true. Challenges are there to be overcome. They're not there for you to cuddle and sit with them. They're there to be overcome. And then I realized something as well. And the second key thing that I came to realize was that, and this was based on my daughter. One of my children were doing a key test. And with this test, it was a test for secondary school, going into secondary school, and she had a paper she had to do, and the questions were so tough. And the tutor said something. She said, "Hey, don't worry. These questions are hard, but there's an answer for every problem. There's an answer." And I had literally a light bulb moment in that when she said this. Hey Ogonaya, hey Shemay, thank you for stopping by. I had a light bulb moment. I realized something, that here's the thing. Built into every single problem, there is a solution. And I just literally had a shift in my thinking, and I realized that, you know what? There is always a way. For every challenge that you face, there's always a way, there's always a solution. And I started to change my attitude towards challenges. And then the third thing is that, and this is the one, and I'm going to be honest here, I can't just keep it real, I'm going to be honest, I'm that person, who wants to be blessed? Me! Who wants to, Lord, bless me. Guess what? If you want a blessing, expect a challenge. Expect challenges to come. And that's the way to the blessing. Here's the thing, because when we want to be successful, when we want breakthrough, we've got to break through something. We've got to go through something to receive breakthrough. And the success that we desire in any endeavor is on the other side of the breakthrough. So we've got to go right through that challenge to get to the other side. And that's where the blessings are. And then again, when we look and so if we step outside of the let's step outside of church, and let's look at the marketplace. Let's look around and see what's out there. And what I realize is that every invention is the result of someone seeing a problem, seeing a need, seeing a challenge, and solving it. Think about the Hoover. So there was a time, okay, carpets came in. Oh yeah, we're going to have carpets in our house. Then a problem came. Okay, now we have carpets. Oh, there's dust and dirt that gathers in these carpets. How are we going to get it out? Someone invented the vacuum cleaner to suck the dirt out of the carpet. Think about telephone. Okay, I've got loved ones that are far away. People are starting to spread out around the world. How am I going to communicate with my loved ones across the ocean? Telephone came up. How am I going to get across? I want to visit my family. They're in another country. I don't want to take months traveling on a ship, aeroplane. And I find that with, there's so many inventions. And there's some that I'm extra especially proud of. Marie Brown invented CCTV. The pacemaker was invented by Mr. Otis Boykin. Blood bank. So there's a time it's like, okay, it's a war, we need blood, but we need to store the blood. We need a way to store blood so that when someone needs a blood transfusion, the blood is fresh and we can get it to them. Charles Drew then went on to invent the blood bank. And then one that I'm especially proud of, Marion Crook. And look up all these people. You see that there's a thread. There's a thread between all these people that I've mentioned. Voice over IP. Now that may mean nothing. Now me coming from a tech background, I get goosebumps when I hear about voice over IP, but I'm going to just break it down because I know not everyone's from a tech background. Voice over IP, basically how you make a WhatsApp call is you use a technology called voice over IP. How you make a Facebook Messenger call or video call is voice over IP. And that was invented by a lady called Marion Crook, who has over 135 patents. That means she's found over 135 challenges or problems, and she's come up with something to solve it, and she's patented it. So she gets the credit for that. And then the gas mask. So you have firefighters. So now we've built these elaborate homes. Firefighters, there's a fire. They're going in to fight fire, but the smoke obviously would kill the firefighters. Challenge. What we're going to do. Mr. Garrett Morgan came up with the idea of a gas mask so that the firefighters can be protected as they go in. And this went on to be used during the World War as well. So as gas masks for obviously for times of bombing. And Mr. Garrett Brown was also had the common sense enough to invent the traffic light. So there's a time when traffic lights were just red and green. And he sat down and looked at this and said, this is a challenge here. There's a lot of accidents happening. What needs to be done is we need amber. It's red, amber, green. Mr. Garrett Brown. If you look up these guys, a little bit of homework, if you look up these guys, you'll see there's a common thread between all these people. I'm actually personally massively proud of all these people. So I guess what I'm saying is that when we start looking at challenges differently, that's how inventions come about. And in every era, so when there's a new set of inventions, so for example, now we're in the era of internet, new challenges come, which means new opportunities. Hence things like Uber, things like Amazon, eBay, PayPal, invented by our Mr. Tesla guy. I love that guy. So resilient. Love that man. So for every era, there's always something new. There's new opportunities and new challenges. So when we start looking at challenges differently, we realize that a challenge is an opportunity actually waiting to happen. And here's the third thing and the most important thing. Through our challenges, through embracing challenges, you grow. That's what I found. You grow, I grow. I can say I want muscles, but unless I'm willing to lift weights, to have that resistance training, I will not develop the muscle. And the same when it comes to us, our mindset muscle. When challenges come up, look at it as an opportunity to grow some muscle, to grow courage, resilience, grit, to grow character as well. Because it's only when we face something, we go through, we overcome, it develops character in us and leadership. You see, when you solve your challenges, you're not just solving it for you. There's many others that you're solving it for. When you get to the other side, what you then do is you let down the drawbridge and you lead others across. So again, looking at it for myself within the business context, there's so many challenges that have been solved right now. And what that means is that there's a whole tribe of entrepreneurs that are going to walk on through because the certain challenges have been solved, and you develop strengths that you didn't even know you had. This is something I can talk about, this one area. I can wax lyrical about this one area, but I'm going to kind of keep it in because I am keeping my lives nice and short and sweet. But you develop strength that you didn't even know you had. And what that tells me that there's things in you right now, that you gifts and skills and talents that you don't even know that you have, but they will come out when the occasion arises, when the challenge is there. Trust me, that thing in you to solve it will come out. You may not see it now, but it's there. So that's what I really want to say. So those are the things that I discovered, and these things got me to rewire my thinking, to upgrade my thinking when it comes to challenges. So what do I do now? Now when a challenge comes my way, before I used to kind of almost go into fetal position, rock. Oh my gosh, when's this going to be over? Now I smile because I know that this is an opportunity. This is opportunity. And sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm getting set up. I'm being set up. I'm being set up to be blessed. So I want to just encourage you that when challenges come your way, don't say, oh, it's a sign from the universe that no. Let's not get it twisted. When a challenge comes up, it's there for you to solve it. And built into every challenge, there's a solution. Just tell yourself there's got to be a way because there's always a way. And let's just see you grow and come through. And hey, one more thing. When you get to the other side, let me know. Hey, Ton, I want that phone call to hear how you come through on the other side. So that is it from me. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for listening to my thoughts on challenges today. I'm going to share something a little bit more exciting next week in our Success Sunday. But you have a lovely, lovely evening, and you take care.